Everybody is currently looking at NVIDIA. That's the main topic. Artificial intelligence means NVIDIA, of course. But behind NVIDIA, you have a lot of suppliers, a lot of niche players. And the niche players, you can find them in the microcap space.
Small mid-caps have been the talk of the town for the last couple of months, and investors are patiently waiting for the turnaround. Today I'm speaking to Augustin LECOQ from Mandarine Gestion. Lovely to have you here.
Thank you.
Can you give us the answer? When will we see the turnaround in small mid-caps and microcaps?
Well, market timing is always very difficult to tell. The only thing I can tell is that we have suffered a lot since 2 years. In the long run, micro and small caps, they outperform the large cap 7 or 6 years on 10. We had two bad years recently. We think that the valuation are extremely attractive at the bottom level, historical bottom level. So I think inflows can come back, will come back. We have seen that since November. And since the market is expecting rate cuts, I think the market has completely shifted from the recent markets, and then I am really expecting inflows in the asset class that will obviously push the outperformance in the coming years.
Inflows and investors who are already invested should be patient?
Yeah, of course. I mean, market timing is always difficult. We just think that it's the best asset class in the long run, so just be patient and hold.
Let's talk about the countries you invest in a little bit, because your index is equally weighted and you stick very close to that. 25% of your investments go to Japan. What's so interesting in Japan, and what stocks do you find?
Japan is always the value country since years, but the good thing recently, for example, last year, Japan was the best micro country in the world, even if the local currency was really bad. In euro, it was the best performing country, because the local authorities are now pushing the company with a price-to-book ratio below 1 to do more job on the investor relation, to do buyback, to do M&A, to do something with their cash, because most of Japanese companies, they have plenty of cash, but they don't use it. So it's a nice market where you can find a lot of exporters benefiting from the lower currency currently, a lot of very attractive valuation, and then a lot of really attractive players in the semiconductors, which is really the main topic at the moment.
I'd like to talk about semiconductors in a second. We're obviously talking about your microcap strategy at the moment, and if we look into small mid-caps, we can see how much of the weight goes into the US. How good is it to have an alternative to the US in the current situation?
We think Europe is also attractive. Europe has suffered a lot because of Ukraine. So for example, in Europe, I think Sweden is the closest market compared to the US. You can find a lot of very attractive companies growing very fast, because Sweden is a small country. They are directly thinking about going a Nordic champion and being a global champion. So we can find a lot of attractive players there. And of course, the UK market is extremely attractive since the Brexit. And you can find a lot of niche players in the UK at a really attractive valuation with nice capacity to grow in the future.
Obviously, we're here in Mannheim at the Fonds Congress today, and I'm a little bit disappointed you didn't mention Germany. Where's Germany in this case?
Germany is also attractive, but I think it's like France. Many takeover bids are coming from private equity investors. They are looking for liquid and listed companies. So beautiful companies have disappeared sometimes. Currently, I think the Sweden and the UK are the most attractive countries in Europe at the moment. But obviously, you can find niche players in Germany also. I was talking about semiconductors. PVA Tepla is a nice example of a semiconductor niche players in Germany, which nice capacity to grow also.
Obviously, a very attractive market, the semiconductor market. We are seeing a hype in artificial intelligence at the moment as well. How does this whole hype and trend to invest in the shovels and picks of artificial intelligence affect your portfolio at the moment?
Everybody is currently looking at NVIDIA. That's the main topic. Artificial intelligence means NVIDIA, of course. But behind NVIDIA, you have a lot of suppliers, a lot of niche players. And the niche players, you can find them in the microcap space. So I will come back in Japan, and Japan is a really an attractive country. As many investors are a bit worried about Taiwan and China, Japan and Korea are really the sweet spot for investors to invest in the semiconductor space. And you can find a lot of equipment company for semiconductors in Japan. For example, we are invested in ultra pure water, in testing semiconductors in many different niche players in Japan. which are really attractive and benefiting from that trend, with a valuation which is still behind the radar and still very attractive also.
Lovely. Thank you very much for your insights.
Thank you.